Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Right now at 5, Joe Biden takes the lead in Georgia as vote counting continues. And every morning it seems like we're talking about a different possible path to victory for the former vice president.
And the president's lead shrinks in Pennsylvania as the tally continues there, now with the president's poll watchers in the room. Another big update from that state expected any minute.
And as daily cases start to tick up across Kern, we're hosting another testing site across from our studios today. This is Friday, November 6th, 2020. Good morning. It's 5 a.m. Good to have you with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher. 17 News is your local election headquarters, and this roller coaster of an election took some new twists and turns overnight.
That's right. While you were sleeping, Joe Biden took the lead in Georgia, albeit slightly. The extremely close race flipping to Biden early this morning, but it's still anyone's game there as votes continue to trickle in.
This morning, America is looking at Pennsylvania. The gap between the president and Mr. Biden is narrowing. And once again, election workers are counting ballots this morning. You're taking a live look at the count happening in Philadelphia. This is actually a previous video of the count. And again, we are expecting an update from Pennsylvania sometime this morning.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win. If you count the illegal votes, they can try to steal the election from us.
Now, the Trump campaign has launched a barrage of legal challenges in various states, demanding counts to be stopped or recounted. Now, Biden, on the other hand, projecting confidence and urging faith in the system.
I ask everyone to stay calm, all the people to stay calm. The process is working. The count is being completed.
Biden now has multiple paths to a win with tight races in all of the unsettled battleground states. And within the last 2 hours, Biden has taken the lead in the key battleground state of Georgia. But President Trump is closing the gap in Arizona.
Yeah, 17's Eitan Wallace joins us now to break down these numbers. Eitan, it is amazing to see how these paths have taken these turns, because it seems like every couple hours we're getting a new possible path for victory for Biden, as we see President Trump doing well in some states as well. So what's going on this morning?
You know, Alex and Maddie, really getting close in some of these key battleground states, as you were mentioning. Let me show you, though, where the electoral map stands right now. Again, reminder, the key number, the magic number is 270. Right now, Biden, according to NBC News, is at 253. President Trump at 214. States yet to be called: Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada. Biden just needs 17 electoral votes. He can do that by winning Nevada and Arizona. That's 17 total right there. He can also do it just by winning Pennsylvania, 20 right there. Let me show you just how close some of these states are as we move over here. We're going to begin with the state of Georgia, 16 electoral votes. Yesterday when I saw you for the 5 o'clock news or so, the margin was close to 17,000. Trump was in the lead. Overnight, look at this. Biden took the lead, now just winning by 1,096 in a race that has more than 4 million people who voted. Just 1,096 separates the two. Biden with the lead. That's because many parts of Atlanta and Fulton County, you see blue here, have counted those votes late after election night. Now the margin there, but still 64,725 estimated votes remaining. So this could still be anyone's game, anyone's vote. Let's move on to the next state here. I want to show you Arizona. 11 electoral votes. You see there 90% of the expected vote is in. Trump now, President Trump, with 1,437,902. Biden with 1,485,010. The margin now, Biden is leading by just over 50,000 votes. When we saw you last night for the 5 o'clock news, that was closer to 60,000. So Trump is now taking that gap and making it closer. He's starting to catch up a little bit. This still is anyone's game as well. 339,551 estimated remaining ballots, mainly in the Phoenix, Maricopa County area. So we are closely watching Arizona. That we should know later today. At least more of the ballots will be counted. Let me take you to the next battleground state we're watching. 6 electoral votes in the state of Nevada. You see 89% of the expected vote is in. President Trump down right now, 48.5%. Biden has 49.4%. Biden winning by just 11,438 votes. 147,669 are remaining to be counted, but let me tell you, many of those are coming from Clark County, from the Las Vegas area. Look, this is a blue area. I expect that because of that, we could see Biden actually, his lead might rise later today, but also the Secretary of the Clark County, who is in charge of counting the votes, says we might not know Nevada until at least this weekend. So we might not know this today. Let me show you the next state here. This is North Carolina, 15 electoral votes. This is crucial that it goes to President Trump. He needs this in order to get his to get to that magic number 270. You'll see here he is in the lead, but he's winning by just 76,737 with more than 280,000 estimated remaining. And finally, I want to show you here Pennsylvania. This is the state that could really make the difference this morning. Everything I said, Trump needs to win. He needs to win Arizona. He needs to win Pennsylvania. He needs to win North Carolina. And he needs to win Georgia. Now, Pennsylvania, if Biden wins this, as I said in the beginning, that's it. That's 20 electoral votes. You see here, Trump right now, the president, with 49.5% of the vote. The Vice President Biden, 49.2% of the vote. Trump is leading here, but just by 18,049 votes. I just updated this within the last few minutes. This is changing every few minutes. And right now, Biden, he's getting close on the gap here. Trump is still leading, as I said, but it's getting closer. Yesterday, this was closer to 70,000. Now it's 18,000, but another 360,000 votes yet to be counted here. And by the way, Alex and Maddie, we are expecting another ballot release this morning from that very state, Pennsylvania. So we could know where Pennsylvania is very shortly. Maddie and Alex?
Eitan, I got to ask you, because 24 hours ago, you were looking at the map. What were you looking at? What state were you looking at yesterday? What state are you looking at this morning?
Great question. Yesterday, we were certainly looking at Arizona and Nevada. That's because Biden has 253. He only needs 17 more, and Arizona and Nevada is exactly 17 electoral votes to get him to 270. That said, this morning we're looking at Pennsylvania because Pennsylvania is 20, and we expect a huge ballot dump, if you will, if I may say, this morning from the Philadelphia County area, which definitely leans blue. That could change how Pennsylvania is looking in that state. So certainly looking at Pennsylvania, and we could expect more this morning.
Yeah, and we're watching that, and we will bring that to you as soon as we learn more. Eitan, you're going to be sticking around. It's going to be another long day, I have a feeling, for you. So we'll see you in about 30 minutes. Thank
All
you,
right,
sir.
see you then.
As coronavirus cases continue to rise across the country, it's more important than ever to get tested.
We're hosting another free testing site right outside our studios this morning to help you do just that. 17 Sailor Shalom is live with the preview coming up. All right, welcome back. Your time now is 5:11 on this finally Friday morning. Chief Meteorologist Alyssa Carlson in, talking about our forecast. And Alyssa, is it safe to say we have some major changes on the way? I think it is.
I think that's safe to say, Alex. And yes, a big time cool down. And I feel like every day this storm has intensified, and we've seen new things even overnight. So we do have a cold system on the way. Kids are going to need jackets this morning if they didn't already have them yesterday and the day before. And you'll probably need some cooler or some clothes for warm, to keep warm, I should say, as you head into the weekend. Let's take a look at it. 58 degrees right now. So we're still looking at a cool start, and winds are out of the west-northwest at 3. Dew points and humidity levels are looking good. We're at 41 and 51, so seeing some changes there. Meanwhile, as we take a look at the watches and mornings, we have a winter storm watch, and that will be for the Kern River Valley area and Lake Isabella. So that goes into effect this afternoon into the Central Sierra. Here's what we can expect. Winds out of the west-northwest today will be picking up, and look at this. By tonight, snow levels down to 6,000 feet. And now Saturday night, 4,000 feet, with an opportunity here for some pass level snow both Saturday and Sunday night through the Tejon and Tehachapi passes. So if we see snow, it's probably going to melt, but nevertheless, it will be out there. Here comes cold front number 1. It's going to work on through. Already seeing some precipitation into Northern California right now in the form of rain and snow, and just a slight chance of showers tonight after 7. And then Saturday, off and on showers possible. We'll look then Saturday night for some rain to work on through, changing over to snow. And then Sunday again, by Sunday morning, here comes some snow with, again, that chance through the passes, especially Sunday night. How much can we expect for snow? A light dusting, as I mentioned, up to 3 inches, most likely above 5,000 feet. And then we could see anywhere from 1/10 to 0.15 inches of rain. So it's going to be pretty good here in terms of rain. We'll take anything we can get at this point. Looking at 68 degrees today. Falling temperatures then by this afternoon into tonight. Moderate air quality at 107. So look for the first half of the day to just be cloudy, and then the winds will pick up by tonight, and then wet this weekend. 55 Saturday, 53 on Sunday. In the mountains, 64 degrees today. Windy, cool, wet tonight, and then pass level snow possible by Saturday night, Sunday night. Highs only in the 40s. Kern River Valley, 72 today, but the clouds rolling in. It'll be windy this afternoon, and then cold and wet this weekend. So, Maddie, I know you're probably excited about that snow forecast. I don't know if I'm ready yet, but ready or not, here we come, right?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, pretty giddy about that forecast. All right, now to the coronavirus pandemic here in Kern County. And Public Health reported 2 COVID-19 deaths, 2 new deaths, and 194 new cases. Daily cases over a 7-day average in Kern County are up from just a couple weeks ago. Nearly 35,000 people have been infected with this virus since the beginning of this pandemic back in March. More than 9,000 people have an active case and are recovering at home. That's according to our public health department. There are 46 people in the hospital, which is significantly higher from just last week. 428 people have died from COVID-19 since March.
For 2 consecutive days now, the United States has shattered its single-day COVID-19 case record. That's why county officials are once again continuing to stress the importance of getting tested for the novel virus.
And once again, you can get a free test outside our studios today. 17's Taylor Schaub joins us live this morning outside at the corner of 22nd and L Streets in downtown Bakersfield. It's what we call Compassion Corner to talk about today's testing site. Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning, Alex. With the eyes of the nation on the presidential election, it's easy to forget that COVID-19 cases are surging across this country. And as you just mentioned right before you came to me, we're seeing a little bit of an increase here in Kern County as well. And that's why public health officials hope that you come out today and you get tested, even if you're not showing any symptoms. That's important. These self-swab tests that you can do here on 22nd and L Street help officials keep track of the virus. It also can help stop state officials from raising our actual case rate if testing drops below the state average. And remember, county officials have repeatedly said one way to help the county keep advancing through the system and remain open is to get a COVID-19 test. So coming out today can not only keep you and your neighbors safe, but it can also help Kern reopen.
Our Board of Supervisors has worked really hard to make sure that COVID testing is free and accessible to any of our residents that want to do it. We also know that the amount of testing that we do at the local level has a direct impact on our ability to move and progress through the tiers that the governor has put in place as we want to reopen our local businesses more and more. How much testing we do has a direct impact on that.
Now, Maddie and Alex, testing begins at 7 this morning and will run it through 6 tonight. Again, it's on 22nd and L Street, also known as Compassion Corner. We want to thank the Kern Community College District for the use of that property. You can walk up, park, and swab yourself. And to pre-register, just go to KGET.com. And so far, more than 1,200 people have been tested on this site through our various times that we've had people come out here. In downtown Bakersfield, Taylor Schaub, 17 News.
You know, I want to stress that I get my tests every time that they're outside our studios, and I try to get a test once a week because, again, like the CDC says, so many people could be asymptomatic, and you want to catch that before you are showing symptoms to reduce the spread of the virus. So it really helps our, of course, our community stay safe. It will also help us reopen quicker.
Yeah,
so
it
it's
helps
a win-win
that
situation.
Testing rate,
yes.
which the state, holds against us if it's too low.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
Welcome back here at 520. The pandemic has created business winners and losers, and one winner is Nintendo. The video game company's profits soared in the first half of its fiscal year, more than tripling. People have spent their time at home during the pandemic playing games. Nintendo says it sold more than 6.8 million Switch game consoles between July and September. That's an increase of 40% from a year ago. It also sold more than 26 million copies of the widely popular game Animal Crossing New Horizons. Meanwhile, Sony says its highly anticipated PlayStation 5 game console will not be sold in retail stores on launch day due to the spread of coronavirus. Game console launches typically lead to long lines of consumers waiting to buy the latest model. Instead, consumers can buy the console on November 12th online or from Sony's retail partners. Most units have been sold out ahead of launch day anyway, and it's unclear how many will be in stock or when they'll be available to ship. It's also unclear when the console might eventually arrive in retail stores. 2020 has seen a devastating pandemic impact every aspect of our lives, from our daily routines to our health to our overall sense of security. And to a lot of people, their personal safety is now in question. Adam Harding takes a look at new service offering bodyguards on demand.
It's a typical afternoon for Tammy Johnson running errands in the city's Upper West Side. But pay close attention to the man walking right beside her. That's a bodyguard hired for the day.
As much as I love my neighborhood, we know that safety is not always at the top.
Tammy isn't a celebrity. She's just an everyday New Yorker. But she's lived here long enough to know 2020 has her questioning personal safety.
There has been a rise in the number of homeless folks that are basically throughout the neighborhood, where that was not the situation prior, and it's a little alerting, a little concerning to me. I'm always out and about, and sometimes I'm a little afraid.
For the average person, even a regular day can turn into a not so regular day very quickly.
Her bodyguard is a veteran of the NYPD. Spent 20 years with the department's intelligence division.
There's been an uptick in crime, even random crime.
He's now partnering with a relatively new app called Bond.
These servers help us enhance personal security and peace of mind.
The company's creator just last month launched the Bodyguard service. Clients can have higher protection for as little as $30 for 30 minutes.
Maybe people are a little bit more worried these days.
The program comes as New Yorkers in Tammy's neighborhood say they feel increasingly unsafe.
There's just the perfect storm of the COVID, politics, rising crime, all those things combined can create a dangerous situation.
Safety is everything.
Welcome back on this Friday morning, and it is kind of a repeat again this morning of the day after Election Day. We still do not know who the next president of the United States is, but we're continuing to cover this as the vote counting is starting to wind down now 3 days after Election Day. Vote counting continues in 6 states whose results are too early or too close to call.
Yeah, and we want to take you live this morning to one of those states, Pennsylvania, where counting continued overnight. Let's go to Tracy Potts this morning in Delaware, where Joe Biden's team is on hold, and they say they're confident he'll win.
Maddie and Alex, good morning. Good morning, everyone. The president's overnight tweets about legal and illegal votes flagged by Twitter as possibly misleading. There's no evidence of widespread fraud, just that the vote counting is going slowly because there's so many mail ballots, and as of this morning, those numbers are shifting. Numbers are shifting as suburban Atlanta officials continue to count ballots overnight. Joe Biden took the lead from President Trump early this morning in Georgia. Biden calling for patience, saying democracy can be messy.
We have no doubt that when the count is finished, Senator Harris and I will be declared the winners.
President Trump speaking for the first time since the morning after the election, continuing to claim without evidence that the election is being stolen from him.
We were winning in all the key locations by a lot, actually. And then our numbers started miraculously getting whittled away.
Whittled away as more ballots are counted. In Pennsylvania, analysts believe his shrinking lead could flip any minute.
What's happening now is having enough ballots counted to actually see who the winner is.
In Arizona, Biden's lead is shrinking amid more protests. In Nevada,
our goal here in Clark County is not to count fast. We want to make sure that we're being accurate.
The Trump team's legal challenge here based on comparing voting records with Postal Service change of address forms and one voter who claims her mail ballot was stolen.
I went to vote and was told I already voted.
Republicans weary of the president's baseless claims.
We heard nothing today about any evidence. I want to know what backs up what he said.
The president's legal challenges have been dismissed in Georgia and Michigan. 6 cases remain active. Officials in Nevada and Arizona tell us their vote counts may not be done until the weekend. In Wilmington, Delaware, I'm Tracy Potts, 17 News.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.